Hey Guru Nation, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share. It really does mean a lot to me. It helps me out with the algorithm too. And if you don't know what to put on the comments, just put a robot emoji or some kind of emoji. It's going to help me out tremendously. I keep getting similar questions like, hey, is this a good idea to sell to sites? And is this a good idea? And how do I approach sites for my services? And all this kind of stuff. Sites need help. I'm going to break it down with a couple of things they need help with. See where you can fit in, see if you have unique solutions to these things, or if you're particularly well equipped to take care of one of these things and bring some value. Sites need patience, right? Patience in the community outreach, this is called. This is also, if you have skills with social media, this helps. Branding, so helping the site's Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Sites need patience. Sometimes sites have their own patient database. Me, myself, right? I'm going to do it myself, so don't try to take this from me. But I work at a site. They give me access to their database. I have about 100 names for a diagnosis that I got to contact. So that's one way to help sites. Another way is to procure new leads through Craigslist ads, classified ads, social media ads, or just going to different places in the community and doing some lead gen for the sites as far as patients are concerned. That's one avenue. Another avenue is clinicians. Sites always need new doctors, specialists, NPs, PAs. They need more clinicians because sometimes they need more people to do certain assessments in the case of specialists, or they need access to those providers' patients or their influence to get the patients for the studies. So that's how 1 and 2 kind of related, but kind of different. If you have your own niche, you can go about doing it that way. Maybe start a podcast interviewing clinicians in your neighborhood, and that's a easy introduction to talking about clinical research with them. Figure out, or just going plain old-fashioned way to the offices of these people and having conversations. Another thing sites need help with, getting studies. Trialsgov, still one of the best ways, and it's free, to go identify studies that the site might be interested in, and then finding out who you can contact. Sometimes on clinicaltrials.gov actually has the contact person's email and cell phone number. From the smaller biotechs, you can usually get actual person's email and phone number. From the bigger pharma companies, you'll get a catch-all inbox. Don't waste your time with that. That's when you need to go to LinkedIn and start figuring out, do some investigating who's in charge of that study. Also, another way to get study leads is network with other sites. Here in the YouTube comments you can, or just on LinkedIn, network with other sites. Tell them that you're in charge of getting studies for sites. You're always looking, and maybe you guys can exchange study leads. If you're not competing, if you're not in the same city, I don't see why that's a problem. So that's patients, clinicians, studies, branding we talked about, and then operations. So right now we're in a unique place where there's a lot of electronic systems available to sites, electronic regulatory, some free, some paid, electronic source, most of them paid. I think one is coming out that's free, but sites, the last thing sites need, take it from me, I'm a study coordinator right now for my new site. The last thing I need is another portal, another vendor to manage. So I have an assistant, Chloe. I live in Arizona. She lives in San Francisco, and she was a CRC Academy graduate that Monica recommended to me. And we hired her on a part-time basis to manage our electronic regulatory stuff and to help us with our eSource. And then even later on when we get into the study, help us with data entry, because we are using eSource. She can do the data entry remotely. So that's the operations. And maybe your value add is you can audit. Maybe you've been a monitor and you know how to get sites ready for monitoring visits, or you know how to get sites ready for audits. Whatever the case may be, those are the main areas where sites need value add. If you can provide one or many of those solutions and immediate value, sites will have conversations with you, and then you can accomplish anything you want. Take care, Guru Nation. Try to keep this under 5 minutes. Good luck. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.